Righto, this is just a quick recce to North Straddie. We got a weather window, although it doesn't look like it on the barge here.
Nice day out,
rough,
big
but anyway.
girl.
Bit of a weather window where they forecast rain forever, and there was a 4-day gap in the rain, so we shot over there and had the place to ourselves. So home is the Gold Coast. We're just up the Gold Coast, about an hour's drive to Victoria Point there. You jump on the barge there, you go across to Dunwich, about an hour, a bit over an hour I think from memory. Then 20-minute drive to Point Lookout, get any supplies you want there, and good fish shop there too. Then onto the beach, down the beach. Our campsite's about there, which is campsite 15 from memory. About, same thing, half an hour, 45 minutes down the beach, and then you can go for another half an hour down to the bottom of the island there, which we do later on. Pretty cool part of the world. This just gives you a bit of an idea of the actual campsites you get. Like, we're camped just in the trees there, so you got a bit of protection from the wind. This is how the weather turned out in that weather window. Like 4 days, it rained on the way over in the barge. It actually rained when we got back on the barge, but in between it was like this for 4 days. And as you can see, there is not another person anywhere around. It was mint. So we have a pretty basic setup. We just camp in the trees there in the little Oz tent and look at views like this all day. Play with the dog. Dog friendly place. You're meant to have them on a lead all the time, but there was no one around. You get to sit down and do a lot of this, gawking at the view, relaxing, doing not much, and making dumb videos like this. Dog loved it. Have a go at it. Happy dog. You're allowed fires, so night time you can have a bit of a fire and get all romantic and stuff. Nice sunrises. Not that there's any reason to get up that early. Nice picture of the fatty. Sunrises, sunsets, everything. North Straddie. Good place to visit, especially if you live around here, but even if you're not from here, it's a pretty easy place to get to if you're coming up to it. You want a croissant soaked in bacon fat? No, you want to eat flies. So after me and the dog have eaten all our bacon and bacon fat, go for a quick run down the beach. But this was us just playing with the drone. I was actually trying to get used to getting the drone to follow me, and then we could see some splashing out in the ocean, so we went for a bit of a fly. Quite scared that I was going to drop the drone in the ocean, but anyway, come across that manta ray here somewhere, yeah, a little manta ray cruising around. And then later on, a big pod of dolphins, and we're actually spewing because there were whales just offshore and my battery was flat, so I was a bit upset about that. But anyway, there's a heap of dolphins there just having a ball and living the dream. And there's some tracks you can drive up over the top of the island, like it just goes up to the highest point in the island. Just sand tracks, bit of fun, four-wheel driving, nothing too hard, pretty basic. You've already got your tyres down, so well worth the drive. You go up, you stop just shy of this lookout, and then you walk up to the top of the lookout. And obviously I'm playing with the drone still, but the view is pretty spectacular all the way around. Like you look back, you basically see the ocean all around you. It is pretty cool view. There used to be a lot more tracks on North Straddie. Most of them have been closed, but that's okay. There's still a couple to play on. It's more of a good place to go for a bit of a fish or just to relax at a campsite like we're at. Pretty cool views. So this is heading down the beach towards the southern tip of North Straddie. You look across Jumping Pin Bar towards South Straddie. It's a pretty cool part of the world. Pretty good fishing down off here apparently. Not that I'd know because I'm not that good a beach fisherman. But yeah, on the island there's lots of things to do like that. I mean, you can go up to the pub up at Point Lookout, and that's the good thing about this place. If you need any supplies, you just go to Point Lookout and grab it. So you can just go there as a last minute thing and worry about all your supplies and fuel later if you want. There's fresh water up there. Yeah, there's little gutters all the way along here. You do see a few blokes fishing every now and again, so it must be reasonably good, I suppose. But yeah, we just go there to relax. Relaxing's good. So I used this trip as a bit of a session to practice with the drone. I haven't really used a drone before, so I set it up to follow the car here. But I made a mistake of leaving the dog with the drone controller, and as you can see here, the drone drops to the ground and still maintains me, follows me, comes flying straight at me, and then yeah, only just misses the car, and then it loses me and just stops, which was pretty funny. Yeah, the dog was standing on the controller, so lesson learned. So that's South Straddie, the northern tip of South Straddie. That's the Broadwater there, and Jumping Pin Bar, which can be quite treacherous, I believe. Never been across it in my boat. And this is us looking towards North Straddie and right up the entire length of North Straddie. So to get over there, you got to book the ferry with Straddie Ferries, and then you book a beach permit so you can drive on the beach. Just Google North Straddie beach permits, no drama, and the booking website, which is always fun, through I think Queensland Parks and Wildlife for North Straddie, so that you can camp on the beach, like $7 a night. Absolute bargain. Alright, Aggie, look at this. Coral trout wraps, and a view like that. Tough life. And no, I didn't just spear it or anything like that. So we did a lot of relaxing just looking at this view for the 4 days, but this is the tent we used. It's an RV4, which is the same setup I took up the Cape. You can back it into the wind and it's nice and sheltered, or in this case we'd set it facing towards the water. Has this bit out the front so you can actually put your cooking gear and your table and leave it set up in the front area. And you can see the dog can't quite get through all the zips. He gets through the first 3 and that's it. And we live out of the car on these sort of trips a fair bit. If you stop on the side of the road, you need everything there. So the cooker, everything lives in the back. There's the fridge, obviously, very basic drawer setup. I'm about to redo it, but it's been very basic for a long time, but does the job nice and simple.